Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. Got up this morning and TV on. I'm listening to Morning Joe, and they're talking about Democrats and progressives, and they're talking about the issues that uh, progressives are concerned about, and they're talking about how Republicans play the game and how when Democrats come in office like they are now, and during this midterm, how the Republicans come in and gain all of this because the Democrats don't focus on the states and worrying about who is in power in the state level. Because what the Democrats are expecting, Republicans do the reverse. And so this allows all of the things that's happening as far as Democrats losing real power and giving it to the conservatives. And I'm looking at this guy. He's really saying that the Democrats are they're acting as if Jesus, but Jesus is not there saying this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. So the Democrats really, he's saying, is going to have to learn how the game is played and play the way the game is played. And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, just hearing that, it growled inside my guts. Right now, my stomach is already aching. That's why I'm up trying to get some medication for it. But to hear this guy say that, and what I get out of that, who is here telling demonically people to do things that causes pain and suffering? Who is here and what is here that's causing these people to do, causing America, causing the people of the world to do the things that they do? Well, if there's that amount of power that's here to cause them to do that, then that amount of power can be here to do the right things, to do the righteous things in the name of what we want to call Jesus. Do the right thing in what we want to call God. And it has what I call basic human rights for all people. But I can understand why people can say something about God, say that Jesus would point down and say things would not be done this way. That he insinuated as well. If Jesus were pointing down, so does it take Jesus' finger, or does it take what Jesus represent? You, especially on Morning Joe, they're always talking about Jesus. So I'm saying, would Jesus allow anybody to suffer? I listen to you, and you point your finger at the people that's suffering, and you're calling them lazy. You're calling them dipwits and bums. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. These people out here because of a system that's designed to say one man can be the richest man on earth. A system that says that. And if he can be the richest man on earth, you think it's because he's smart, it's because you're on economics, and if he got that amount of money, somewhere somebody's been robbed. And no better place to look than to look at those who are out there stealing, out there hijacking, because they're suffering from a lack of love. They've been robbed every day. The poor are being robbed. And you're sitting there pointing the finger telling us we got to play like the devil if we want to get something. We're not going to play like the devil. We're going to treat you like you are the devil. Because it is you that have robbed the poor. That wasn't God. It was the devil, and you were the instrument that robbed the poor, that got the poor doing despicable things, trying to survive, just trying to be alive, and throw their finger at you because they know you are the cause and they don't know what to do about it. And you sit there pointing your finger at them as you rob them every day. You're sitting here talking on this tube right now, robbing people by spreading your innuendos about nothing. There's nothing righteous about what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. If you did, you'd shut up and be quiet and listen. Yes, it is the system. It is the system in Russia that allows that crap to happen. And it is a stand up for what is happening in Ukraine. And you might say, well, Ukraine is losing, but it still represents what's right. And you say, what good is right if it can't exist anymore? I said, well, you take away what is right and you will see what is after that portion of righteousness is gone. You ain't seen no hell like the hell you've created. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I just wanted to say that I was so offended. I was so offended that I hear a commentator on a show that millions watch spreading the news that you gotta be smart and play the game because someone is gonna always be losing, and that's okay because they are no good. If heaven can create a system and give it to us that eliminates all this stuff, we don't need no God walking around with legs. The spirit, and that spirit will come to every serious heart and dictate the path of life through the message of love and compassion one for another as you would have for yourselves, doing this to honor the power that put your ass here. I want to thank you for giving me this time. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.